I've been working on a speech about winning, and I started talking about it to people, and I started talking about, how to learn to think past the point of normalcy. When I lost like 10 of my first 12 fights, and I had, pro sparring partners that would like ridicule me. How can you stand losing? Why do you keep coming back? Why don't you just quit? And then one of them got beat by a guy that, I didn't win the fight, but after the fight was over, the guy gave me the trophy, and he turned pro, and he fought this pro sparring partner that I had, and beat him. And after that, I'm like, I ain't letting that guy beat me ever again. And so we'd spar real hard. It was epic, and he's the guy that knocked my teeth out, and my mouth filled up with blood, and I spit it on the canvas, and he made the mistake of stopping and looking. I ripped him to the body with a right hand left hook and took him to his knees. And I started winning fights and getting invited to fight main events, and won a couple tournaments. And I was fighting won the Northwest Florida Golden Gloves, and I was supposed to fight this one guy, and his trainers didn't want him fighting me, so they did some gerrymandering and had him fight in the novice division and fought one of our younger fighters and beat him. And I fought a guy that should have never been in the ring with me. I stopped him in the second round. So Roy Sr. matched us up, and I made weight, 125 pounds, and that guy didn't show. But there was a junior middleweight guy we'd won like 152 who would beat a welterweight who I'd beat in a main event in Mississippi. So Roy matched us up, and I didn't care how much bigger the guy was, but the referee did. And the first round gave me 2 standing counts and stopped the fight for no reason, just because he didn't like the size difference. And it bothered me. I didn't come to train for like 3 days. And Roy Sr. called me in his office, and he wasn't happy. And he said, I'm not going to fire you, but, you can't go doing what you did, not talking to nobody. We were worried about you, and I'm not going to fire you. You can train here, but I'm not going to pay you no mind. These other guys need sparring, and you're going to be the meat. And I didn't like that. And I'm hitting the heavy bag, and my punches, I hit pretty hard. The sound of my punches and the feel of punches in the bag, got me encouraged. I was being my own cheerleading section, and by the end of me hitting the heavy bag, I had made a decision that if anybody was going to be the meat, it wasn't going to be me. And so I'd spar with these guys. I'd swing so hard that when I missed, they felt it. When I was hit in the head, I was trying to break their neck. When I hit in the body, I was trying to break their back. I wanted to want to be anywhere else in the world but in the ring with me. Want to jump out of the ring or take a knee or whatever. And so I tell people, how that mentality started working for me, and they're like, "Ooh, they don't like that." They don't understand. What happened? There was no animosity. I mean, I didn't care if they liked me or not. It had no effect on what I was going to do. I was happy. I liked what I was doing. I knew what I was doing, and didn't matter how they were. It wasn't going to affect me. And that was what was important. Okay. When I was in the Navy boxing team in 1990, I was the only white boy in the team. There was one Puerto Rican, everybody else was black, which wasn't a problem, except this year they all thought I was supposed to be scared of them or, intimidated, or that they were physically superior. They didn't know who they were messing with. I was a Navy SEAL. We had to run, 6 miles every day, in 1 mile to the beach, 4 miles in the sand, and a mile back. And I was a Navy SEAL. You weren't going to beat me running in the sand, and I would beat them every day in the sand, and they used to think of that, and they just didn't like me, but that didn't matter. It had no bearing on what I was going to do, and I got to get that way with everything else in my life, right? And it's somebody else can be, not like me or not like the way I do things. I had a sparring partner one time that, he hit real hard. I didn't like to be hit by him, so if I could keep him from seeing me, he couldn't hit me. If I put my glove in his face, whether it was just in his face or whatever, if I hit him and his head turned, I'd keep it turned. Whether it was right hand or left hook, I just keep hitting with it. He gets so mad, "You and your hillbilly boxing?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, it worked on you." And it's the same thing. It's exactly the same. So we're in church today, and they're talking about Revelations, and I've read the Bible like 9 times, and the whole message in Revelations is there's all kinds of things that are going to happen, and as long as you keep your focus on Christ, even if it kills you, you're going to end up better off. You're going to be in a better place if you keep your focus on Christ. It's not to let all the other distractions get to you, not to let somebody else's attitude affect you, and that's what it's all about.